Let's go here, and then let's turn this off like it is. And let's get into the video, chat. My man Octane talking about the new rosters that were leaked. Let's see what his opinions are, and let's get right into it.
COD is whack. And a lot of people, I gave you a lot of backlash for it, and I understand that like leaking is a thing in esports or in like regular sports, and it's just like a thing in general thing. Like if you follow traditional sports,
I see like let me pause real quick. I see what Octane, where he's coming from. I understand the leaks suck, but at the same time, like leaks are leaks. Like there's just leaks everywhere. Like it's not really like a COD community thing. It's just kind of like, you know, leaks are just fucking whack. Like, bro, like leaks are gonna happen is what I'm trying to say. They're just gonna happen. There's nothing you can do about fucking leaks. And I don't really mind them. I don't really care. I still feel like when the team announces, or even when it gets leaked, it's still hype. You know, like people are still hyped about it. He's not wrong, but there's no way to prevent it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Ravens to put around Afro. So you have Zero, Nasty, and Gizmo. And if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, I know dippity doodah about Gizmo and Nasty. So I know Nasty was he was like very close to playing during the Cold War season for London. So I guess that was where his in originally started with the team. So I know he was supposed to play. It was like super early in the season. And I don't know shit about Gizmo, if I'm being honest with you guys. But I know Trey. Trey's really good at COD. I don't know Afro, and Afro's pretty good.
I don't know anything about Gizmo either.
You know, from what the community perception has been from the European side of things, that this team is really good and has all the right moving parts in order to be a contending European squad, which I'm really happy about. I don't really think there's going to be too many Seattle Surges in the league this year, so that's pretty good to see, because I feel like the last 2 years it's been definitely more top heavy. There's just matchups you knew the outcome of beforehand, and from what the leaks, but unconfirmed leaks, have been, I think that's not going to be a thing this year. So hats off to London. They're moving in the right direction according to everyone else, because again, I have zero idea of what they're doing because I don't know anything about their team.
All the leaked rosters are godlike.
Seems to think it's a good idea. So good job, London. Moving on to my alma mater, the Seattle Surge. This team is allegedly Lamar, Pred, Mac, and Sib. Lamar being accuracy. Sorry, guys. I knew you'd get mad at me. This team is either going to be quite good or quite bad, and there's no in between, in my opinion. You have the formula for a good team. You have a veteran, and you have 3 somewhat amateur players. I would really consider Mac an amateur at this point, but somewhat amateur players. Sib has one of the most high skill ceilings I think that a challenger player has shown. I think that's kind of universally known. I think the idea here is to have Sib on a flex and then Pret on a flex. I don't fucking know.
Pret on the sub.
He's really good though. From
Pred
what
sub,
I have heard.
Max sub, Sib flex.
Everyone's throwing Pred's name around like immediately. It's kind of like a Hydra situation where like not a lot of people knew about him beforehand, but then suddenly everyone thought that he was like godlike. That's kind of the same thing as what's going on with Pred here. So you have Lamar, veteran leadership, IGL, Iceman. You guys all know the stigmas about Lamar. Phenomenal Call of Duty player. Did 1v3 me on Miami because my headset didn't work. Shout out Lamar. So you have Mac, who is going to be running a sub on this team, I think is the initial impression that I've gotten. Mac's really fucking good with a sub. People forgot that he was good with a sub in Modern Warfare because he ran an AR in Cold War, and
he was good.
Recency bias in COD is fucking crazy. So Mac on a sub, that's gonna be good. The only thing is like this team, like I don't really know how to like place them, if that makes sense. Like I don't know where I would put this team. I don't hate it, but it's just like a weird group of players, but they're all talented, so I don't know how it's gonna go.
I'll give them top 8 for now.
The juicy shit. Allegedly, the Los Angeles Guerrillas are allegedly attempting to go after Slasher, Gunless, Asim, and Hook.
I like that team.
Team's pretty good.
Now, it's good.
Obviously, we all know that Austin and Pierce have butted heads in the past. I don't know if that is water under the Los Angeles Bridge, or if you know, old demons are going to come back and fist fight them or not. But I think that this team has potential to be a top 3 team, in my humble opinion. So my experience with Pierce last year is extremely different from my experience, or like everyone else's experiences, I guess, from the previous years. Pierce last year was a really good teammate. You know, he had his moments, but everyone does. But I don't think it was anywhere near as bad as like people were really making it out to be from his previous seasons, like all the benchings and, you know, all that crazy drama
He's
shit.
good now. He's good now.
Pierce has mellowed out a lot. He was doing yoga last season, so maybe that's what it is. Who knows? So if him and Austin can get along, I think they have a recipe, on paper at least, to be a allegedly phenomenal team. I really wholeheartedly think that this team has like crazy high skill ceilings.
Allegedly,
Pierce is
though.
fucking insane. I think Austin is also insane. He did not get to play the entirety of last year, which definitely handicapped him. I feel for my boy. And then you have Asim, who was, you know, in your face, high intensity, super underrated sub for New York. He was a cornerstone of their gameplay, and if you think otherwise, you don't know what you're talking about. And then Kyler, who, again, insane skill ceiling, really didn't get to play much Call of Duty last season. So I think if you get a full year under Kyler and Austin, things could definitely happen. You know, LAG, similar to London, most certainly took advantage, allegedly, of the offseason. So, you know, things are going well, guys. 2 of the bottom 4 teams are making really, really good teams so far. So, it could be 3 with Seattle. I don't know how that... I legitimately have no idea how the fuck that team's going to do.
Neither do I. I have no idea.
Teams are making moves. I'm tippable at LAG, allegedly. Moving on, we have the Toronto Ultra sticking together, allegedly. You know,
dude,
shocker,
Sam, shut the fuck up!
Juicy one is so when Crim 6 got dropped, everyone thought that Clay was going to go back to New York for like go back to Dallas rather, for like a reunion situation, and you know, that allegedly isn't the case. Here we have Crim 6, Clay, Hydra, and Neptune.
Oh god, what's he gonna think about this one?
Team on the New York Subliners. And this is another team very similar to LAG, where I think this fucking skill ceiling is ridiculously high. Clay and Crim have like one of the best duos in terms of like lineman card that I have ever seen in my life. These guys are absolutely insane together in terms of just like how they view the game, and I think that their work ethic when they're motivated is like ridiculous, and I think their ability to teach the game is also ridiculous. So I think having Hydra going into his second year, with Neptune as well going into his second year, I think that these guys are just like it's a fucking Bob Ross painting, and Neptune and Hydra are the canvas, and Clay and Crim are painting nice little clouds and shit. If Hydra and Nep listen to everything... What the fuck is it?
So New York are a bunch of painters? That's what I'm getting from this shit.
Thick Six and Clay have to say. I think that this team, again, potential like top 3. Like,
fucking Sam.
It's insane the alleged level of competition allegedly that this season is going to have. So who knows what's going to happen here. I'm a big fan of both of these LAG and New York rosters. So, you know, we're doing well so far. We have another one, the Rocker, allegedly sticking together.
Allegedly, though.
I don't really think they should have made a change. The only arguable one was like Austin for Major Maniac, but that didn't happen. So, I mean, I think that team sticking together is reasonable, allegedly. Florida, I have no fucking clue. I don't think anyone has an idea. So
I don't know what's going on in that camp.
To figure out what's going on over there.
I have no idea.
And that is similar to NRG in Paris as well. I don't really know what's going on with all 3 of those organizations, so I don't really want to speculate allegedly what's going on there. So
it's weird. Nobody knows what's going on, but the rumor is that Cloud9's coming in for the Las Vegas spot. That's the rumor. That's the rumor on the street. I don't know if it's true. I don't know what's going on with that shit. I have no idea, but it makes sense, honestly. And a Las Vegas spot would be sick. That'd be sick. You know what I'm saying? And this is not intel for me. I saw it on Twitter. There was an article that came out. There was somebody saying something about C9 in Vegas.
We're just gonna leave it.
But I don't know.
There hasn't really been much to allegedly discuss yet, so we're just gonna hang out for now. The Dallas merger roster hasn't changed. That's allegedly that's gonna be, you know, the Scumdashy, Illy, and Shotzi alleged roster. Atlanta
allegedly are the fucking
and
best.
Last but not least, the LA.
Ooh, I like the ending to that. That was fire.